evening, here is top news newsletter starting with headlines. Army establishes full control over Handarat, fights terrorism in other areas. Al-Muallim, Syria welcomes any international shift towards correct conclusion about the crisis. Iran, nuclear negotiations stimulus with the day of nationalization of oil industry. US and Cuban officials in Havana for restoring diplomatic ties. Starting with the Syrian view, the Syrian army established full control over Handarat area in the countryside of Aleppo province after killing last remnants of terrorists in it. Units of the army killed a number of terrorists in Hayyan, west of Al-Nayrab airport area, surrounding of Al-Malaha farms. Tal al-Madafa in Kafr Hamra village in the countryside of Aleppo province. An army unit targeted terrorist organization dens and movements in Handarat camp in northern Aleppo, leaving many terrorists dead and their hideouts, weapons and ammunition destroyed. Units of the army destroyed many vehicles loaded with tourists, weapons and ammunition to the south of Bilal Habashi Mosque in Daraa city and on the road between Daraa and Kharab Shhaim in the countryside of Daraa province. Foreign and Expatriates Minister Walid al-Muallim said Syria welcomes any international shift toward correct conclusion about the crisis in the country, stressing the failure of the conspiracy, processing a review of the latest developments in the international area to the cabinet during a session on Tuesday. Al-Muallim said the conspiracies against Syria are going on while the crisis enters its fifth year. This is evident through what is happening on Syria's southern borders with the Jordan and the Israeli enemy and the obstinate Turkish position on the northern border. Al-Muallim made it clear that the Syrian government is adherent to its approach of combating terrorism and carrying out national reconciliations. He affirmed that chief among those are the ones related to the dying up of the scores of terrorists. The Iranian President Hassan Rouhani said on government of hope and prudence works for prosperities on national thanks to resolve, faith and sacrifice of the great nation. He made his remarks in a ceremony to inaugurate the gas development project in the southern Iran. I'm happy that the same time that negotiating teams are in Switzerland and stimulants with the day of nationalization of oil industry, the country's biggest gas project is coming on stream. Rouhani said that oil and gas industry are actually become nationalized today, referring to the government's measures to fulfill its promises. Rouhani said that inflation has been brought down to lower than 16% and that based on the latest statistics, the country's economy grew over the 9 months, show 3% increase compared to the preceding period last year. US and Cuban officials met in Havana for new talks on restoring diplomatic ties, but their historic approachment was tainted by tension over Venezuela. The top US diplomat for Latin America, Robert Jacobson, met her Cuban counterpart Josefina Vidal behind closed doors for a third round of talks on normalizing relations, but the atmosphere of reconciliation was marred by protest over Washington's stance on Venezuela. As Jacobson touched down the Cuban capital, thousands of people attended a concert and rally to support the Bolivarian Venezuela, people and government, in their moving row with the United States. U.S. relations with Venezuela, a key Cuban ally, have been a downward spiral since President Nicolas Maduro accused Washington in February of sponsoring a coup attempt against him. That was all for today. Thanks for joining us. I'm Nibal Hnedi. Good night.